Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now, it's been a while since I've done a YouTube video, particularly of this length, but I thought I'd do a Doctor Who collection video. Now, I did do one about 4 or 5 years ago, but given that Doctor Who DVDs and Blu-rays have changed a lot over the years, my collection has certainly changed, so I thought, why not introduce you to So why not do an update video on all of the DVDs and Blu-rays I have of Doctor Who now, because it's been a while since 2018, and also we've gone through a new Doctor and a new era, and also it is the 60th anniversary, so why not show off my Doctor Who DVD and Blu-ray collection now. So we're going to go all the way from the start. Here we go. An Unearthly Child, the very first Doctor Who story. The Daleks, the very first Dalek story, terrific story. The Edge of Destruction. The Keys of Marinus. The Aztec Special Edition. I did have the original DVD from 2002, but I upgraded to the Special Edition in 2013. The Censorites. The Reign of Terror. That kicks off Season 1 of Doctor Who all done. Now on to Season 2, which is now in a beautiful new Blu-ray box set. Season 2 is the earliest Doctor Who collection Blu-ray that we now have. All 9 stories from that season in a glorious Blu-ray collection. Honestly, I love these things. Yeah, that's Season 2, all 9 stories, which include Planet of Giants, The Dalek Invasion of Earth, The Rescue, The Romans, The Web Planets, The Crusades, The Space Museum, The Chase, and The Time Meddler. Brilliant stuff. Now we're on to Season 3. This will be quite short because, sadly, tragically, a lot of Season 3 is missing, but the newest addition to Season 3 is Galaxy 4. This is the animated version from 2021. I saw this at the BFI, I think November of that year when it came out. And it was great to watch it on the big screen. It comes with a animated colour version and an animated black and white version. It's a decent story, but I do hope we get more animations from Season 3. The Ark, basically Noah's Ark, but in space. Decent story. The Gunfighters, massively underrated, deserves more love. The War Machines, a pretty good story, yeah. I enjoy the War Machines quite a bit. That's the end of Season 3. Now we're on to Season 4. The 10th Planet. This is William Hartnell's final story, also the first story to feature the Cybermen, so gorgeous artwork. I love the snowy landscape. The 10th Planet is a great story, with an animated episode 4, as that episode is missing, and really good. So, that is Hartnell all done. Now we're on to Patrick Troughton, my favourite Doctor. So in terms of DVDs, this Doctor has had quite a resurgence because of animated reconstructions that we've now been blessed with. So we have got quite a few differences from my previous video here. This Doctor's era is nearly complete, despite having nearly half of his stories missing. So here we go. The Power of the Daleks Special Edition. This is the 2020 version. I upgraded from the 2016 animated version to this one. This is a good version. It comes with more bonus features, and I didn't really notice any difference in the animation, but yeah, the animation's good. I think it was a very good upgrade. The Underwater Menace. This is not an animated reconstruction. It's a piss-poor telesnap reconstruction of episode 1 and 4. If rumours are true, we could be getting this as an animated version, so fingers crossed we do, and it means I'll have to make another video. The Moonbase. This is a Return of the Cybermen, and also an animated version. The animation on this is great. It's one I would come back to a lot. The Macra Terror. This came out in 2019. Really good version of the Macra Terror, both a colour and a black and white version. Great story. The Faceless Ones, again, this was from 2020. A really good story. Bit too long for 6 parts, but I like it. The Evil of the Daleks, a 7-parter, and honestly, I think this is the best animation they've done in terms of quality and style. It's just terrific. I usually go to the black and white version, but the colour version is a marvel to behold. This is a 3-hour story, and the fact that they've made the animation look this good is a triumph. Next up, Tomb of the Cybermen. This is actually signed by Fraser Hines, who played Jamie McCrimmon, the companion in the story. Lovely guy. Yeah, Tomb of the Cybermen, and this is the first full Patrick Troughton story to exist in its entirety, which is kind of tragic, because this is the first story of his 2nd season. It'd be like if Smith and Jones was the earliest David Tennant story to survive in full. The Abominable Snowman, the latest, and I hope it's not the last, the latest animated release. Really good, great colour version, great black and white version. Definitely one to watch on Halloween, I think. The Ice Warriors, this seems to go down in people's appreciation over the years, and I don't know why, because it's such a great story. Yeah, the animation is from 2013, part 2 and 3 are missing, but I think the animation is quite good. It could do with an upgrade, I think, for, say, a Season 5 Blu-ray release, but we shall see. Enemy of the World Special Edition, this had a very quick release in 2013, when the episodes were found, but they added commentaries and bonus features, and I think gave the episodes a clean up. But yeah, this is a great story. I think one of David Whittaker's best. The Web of Fear Special Edition, rather infamous. Episode 3 of the story is missing, but they gave it an animated CGI reconstruction in both colour and black and white back in 2021, and the results were pretty poor. The black and white version I think is alright, but the colour version is just no, it's just awful. But hopefully this animation style, it can improve over time, because I think the Reign of Terror animation, that wasn't very good, but I think with time it did improve, so fingers crossed we can get more like this, but with an improved budget and improved on mistakes. Fury from the Deep, another animated reconstruction, really good story, fantastic, came out in 2020. You know, I'm still glad we were getting these animated releases throughout 2020, you know, the year the world ended and the pandemic. Just fantastic stuff. Season 5 all done, now on to Season 6. The Dominators, utter shit. Sorry if people are a fan of this, but this is just boring and depressing, and not in a fun way. It's just god-awful. Up next, The Mind Robber, really good story. Yeah, maybe when Season 6 comes out on Blu-ray, they'll show this one at the BFI, because the other 2 stories, The Invasion and the War Games, which are considered the best of Season 6, they're a bit too long. The Invasion, pretty special story, because it was the first Doctor Who story to get animated episodes like this, and episodes 1 and 4 are missing, and despite coming out in 2006, the animation holds up really, really well. That's The Invasion. The Crotons, decent story, don't have much to say about it. The Seeds of Death, good rematch for the Ice Warriors, and great stuff, yeah. And the final story of the Troughton era, The War Games. This is a really great story. It's 10 episodes long, but never feels boring at 10 episodes. The War Games. So, that is the 60s, all done. So now we're moving on into the 1970s with Doctors John Pertwee and Tom Baker. Let's start with Season 7. Spearhead from Space, the special edition. Don't have the Blu-ray release of this that they released in 2013, mainly because Season 7, it's going to come out on Blu-ray eventually, so might as well just save it for them. Doctor and the Silurians, this came with the Sea Devils and Warriors of the Deep. You've got 2 classics there and Warriors of the Deep. But the Silurians, it's a great story, fantastic, one of my favourites. The Ambassadors of Death, great artwork here, love this story. It's a bit long for 7 parts, but really good. Inferno, the special edition. This came with improved picture and sound quality, and who knows, maybe by the time we get to Blu-ray it'll look even better. So now we're on to the middle part of the John Pertwee era with his Blu-rays. So, Season 8, brilliant season. Every story to feature the Master in this story. Terror of the Autons, The Mind of Evil, The Claws of Axos, Colony in Space, and The Demons. Just great stuff. And just beautiful artwork. I love the red and yellow here. That's Season 8. Next up, Season 9, the latest Doctor Who collection box set. I didn't do an unboxing video when it came out because I was too busy to. But yeah, I love the purple on this. It's great. This has Day of the Daleks, The Curse of Peladon, the Sea Devils, the Mutants, and the Time Monster. And I love the artwork on the back with the TARDISes. That's great. Brilliant artwork with the Daleks, Ogrons, Sea Devils, Alpha Centauri. And we open up. Just great stuff here, yeah? All the way through to the Time Monster. Love it. That's Season 9. Next up, we have Season 10. Brilliant season. I think one of Jon Pertwee's best. The Three Doctors, Carnival of Monsters, Frontier in Space, Planet of the Daleks, and the Green Death, though it is the end for Katie Manning as Jo Grant. She will be missed as Jo, but that's Season 10 done. Season 11, with the start of Sarah Jane Smith. The Time Warrior, this was my first Jon Pertwee story. I got this in the Dreadful War Sontaran box set, really good. Invasion of the Dinosaurs. Yes, the dinosaurs look crap, but this story's fantastic. Death to the Daleks, run-of-the-mill Dalek story, but it's pretty good. The Monster of Peladon, sequel to Curse of Peladon, but not as good in my opinion. Planet of the Spiders, the final Jon Pertwee story. A really fitting ending, I think. So, that is the Jon Pertwee era. Now we're moving on to the Tom Baker era, starting with, this makes it very easy start, Season 12, the current season I'm actually on when it comes to recording this video and when it'll go out, yeah. I'm just about to finish this season. Some brilliant stories in here. Robot, The Ark in Space, The Sontaran Experiment, Genesis of the Daleks, and Revenge of the Cybermen. Yeah, the very first Doctor Who season to be released on Blu-ray from the classic era. Just gorgeous artwork, I love this. So next up we have Season 13. We've got Terror of the Zygons, Planet of Evil, Pyramids of Mars, The Android Invasion, The Brain of Morbius, and The Seeds of Doom. Pretty much all of those stories I think are fantastic, apart from a few from Season 13, but there's 4 10 out of 10 classics in there in my opinion. Season 13 is amazing. Next up we have Season 14, a truly amazing season of Doctor Who. This creative team at the height of their creativeness. We've got Tom Baker dressed as Sherlock Holmes there, but everything here is fantastic. It's also the final season to feature Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane Smith, which has stories such as The Mask of Mandragora, The Hand of Fear, The Deadly Assassin, The Face of Evil, The Robots of Death, and The Talons of Wang Chiang. Again, just great stuff, I think, here. Next up, we're moving into more comedic era of Doctor Who as we head into the late 1970s. So let's start off with a bloodthirsty story, Horror of Fang Rock. This was written at the last minute, apparently, and it's such a great story. It makes me question whether Terrence Dicks was even human that he managed to write this so quickly at short notice. Horror of Fang Rock, great story. Invisible Enemy, this is signed by John Leeson, who voiced K9. This is the first story to feature K9, but yeah, really, really lucky to get his signature there. Image of the Fendal, decent horror story, but nothing too special. The Sunmakers, a story about the Doctor fighting a huge tax corporation back when Doctor Who never touched politics. Underworld, not a fan, really boring. The Invasion of Time, this is one of the earliest pieces of classic Who I watched, and I remember liking it as a kid, but I think this is the worst Tom Baker story. I mean, so many people go mad for it because of that Sontaran cliffhanger at part 4, and I'm like, yeah, cool, but what about the rest of the 2.5 hours of this story? Like, one 30-second cliffhanger does not a good story make. Now we're on to Season 16, the Key to Time season. The Rebos Operation, really, really good story. I like this one a lot. The Pirate Planet, written by Douglas Adams. Yes, the Douglas Adams, writer of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. The Stones of Blood, brilliant story. Story number 100. The Androids of Tara, probably my favourite story from the season. Really good stuff. The Power of Kroll. I like the green artwork, but not much to recommend in this story. It's pretty naff. The Armageddon Factor, a story I don't mind. The budget has kind of run out on this one, but it's decent enough, I guess. And then finally we have season 17, closing off the 70s with the Douglas Adams season of Doctor Who. This is when he was head writer of the series. This has Destiny of the Daleks, City of Death, The Creature from the Pit, Nightmare of Eden, The Horns of Nimon, and about 3 different versions of Sharda. You've got the 1992 VHS version, the 2017 movie version, and the 2021 six-parter version, but I go for the six-parter version. Beautiful artwork. I love the green and orange mixture here. It's fantastic. Yep, just a bright, colourful, mad season of Doctor Who. So that is all for the 1970s of Doctor Who. So now we're moving into the 1980s, and we're starting off with a goodbye. Season 18, Tom Baker's final season as Doctor Who. This has The Leisure Hive, Meglos, Full Circle, State of Decay, Warrior's Gate, The Keeper of Traken, and Logopolis. And it also includes the pilot spin-off K9 and Company. Before we had the Sarah Jane Adventures, we were going to get K9 and Company. It sadly never went anywhere. But yeah, Season 18, gorgeous artwork. I love it. I think the burgundy coat matches so well with the artwork here. And there we are. Brilliant stuff. And the back as well. Season 18, really good season. I think it's a season for everyone in there. There's something for everyone, I think. Next up, season 19. It's funny with this one because it's the only Peter Davison season on Blu-ray so far, but it was one of the earliest. This was like the second Blu-ray release, and since then we've had no season 20 or season 21, which is a huge shame, I think, for if you're a huge Fifth Doctor fan. But I love the artwork here. It's great. We have got Castrovalva, Fall to Doomsday, Kinder, The Visitation, Black Orchid, Earthshock, and everyone's favourite story, Time Flight. But yeah, great artwork. I absolutely love it. This was actually the first Blu-ray collection box set I got, because I missed out on season 12 the first time, but managed to get a second edition copy in 2020. But yeah, this is good. Season 19, and now we're on to season 20, the anniversary season. And we have got Arc of Infinity. Can't really say much about it. It's pretty rubbish. Snake Dance, really good story. One of my favourite Fifth Doctor stories. Mordrin Undead, really don't know why people have such a hard-on for this. Yes, it's great the Brigadier's in it, but what about the rest of it? Just saying. Terminus, not very good. Sorry, I feel like I'm trashing a lot of Fifth Doctor era, but trust me, I love a lot of his stories. Enlightenment, pretty good story, and I got this signed by Mark Strickson, who played Turlo, the companion in the story. Yeah, pretty good story, I think. I like Enlightenment. King's Demons, I don't know what they were thinking. This is utter rubbish. There's no plot, there's no intrigue, it's just something's wrong in March 1215. Oh, it's a shape-shifting robot. Who gives a crap? King's Demons, the Five Doctors Special Edition. This comes with both versions of the Five Doctors, comes with the original transmitted version and the 1995 Special Edition. Just a great time. Best enjoyed with cake, tea and jelly babies. It's a huge celebration of the series. Season 20 all done. Now on to season 21. Warriors of the Deep, utter rubbish. Yeah, you can see why Doctor Who was put on hiatus a year after this, because this is just awful, embarrassing. The Awakening, a nice little two-parter that I really enjoy. Got great gothic horror in it, and I love the village locations. The Awakening's a really good story. Frontios, a story I really enjoy as well. The dark tone suits it magnificently, and I do like the Tractators, the woodlice monsters. They're really good. Resurrection of the Daleks, really good Dalek story. There's so much killing in this, but it is a really good story. I do like Resurrection of the Daleks. Planet of Fire, it's alright, but nothing too special. It does infamously come with a feature-length version, so it comes with like a 65-minute version of Planet of Fire as opposed to the 4-part version as well, but that's not very good. I understand they had a very short time to put it all together, but that's not very good. Anyway, Planet of Fire. Next up, we have Caves of Androzani. Yes, this is the big one. The fantastic Caves of Androzani. Love this story to pieces. It's amazing. One of my all-time favourites. And the last to feature the Fifth Doctor. And season 21 ends with Shite, the Twin Dilemma. The first story to feature the Sixth Doctor, Colin Baker, but it's not very good. It's really rubbish. So that was the 5th Doctor all done. Now we're on to the 6th Doctor, which will be pretty quick now because pretty much all of his seasons have now been released on Blu-ray. So here we go. Season 22, a criminally underrated season. I love this one to pieces. It's got some of my favourite stories in here. I love the artwork. It's just completely at match with the Doctor's brightly coloured coat. We have got Attack of the Cybermen, Vengeance on Varos, The Mark of the Rani, The Two Doctors, Time Lash, and Revelation of the Daleks. Brilliant season, I think, here. Marvellous. Then we've got Season 23, the Trial of a Time Lord season, which has the longest Doctor Who story, The Trial of a Time Lord, but if you go by the individual titles, it's The Mysterious Planet, Mind Warp, Terror of the Vervoids, and The Ultimate Foe. This is a great artwork. I love this one here, the TARDIS being dragged aboard the space station. But yeah, really good stuff. And that's it for the 6th Doctor era, as his era was sadly very brief on TV. And next up, we now move to the 7th Doctor era, Season 24. Bright, colourful, and completely camp. I absolutely love it. Well, half of the stories anyway. We have got Time and the Rani, Paradise Towers, Delta and the Bannerman, and Dragonfire. And the TARDIS being attacked by laser beams. This is really great stuff. Season 24. I have grown to appreciate it over time, despite me calling it one of the worst seasons of TV ever, I think, when I was an edgy teenager. But yeah, I enjoy it. I've learned to live with it. Next up, Season 25, a marked improvement. We have got Remembrance of the Daleks. This was signed by Sylvester McCoy, the Doctor himself. Brilliant story, one of the all-time greats. It is up there as one of the best, yes. The Happiness Patrol, really underrated. Basically an attack on Thatcherism, back when Doctor Who never touched politics. But anyway, The Happiness Patrol is a really good story. I do like it a lot. Silver Nemesis, let's do Remembrance of the Daleks again. Maybe no one will notice. The last to feature the Cybermen in the classic era, and it's fine, but there's nothing really of substance to it. It's just a lot of running around for 3 episodes, but the 7th Doctor and Ace do make this story work for me. The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, my favourite 7th Doctor story, with a signature by Sophie Aldred, who played Ace, the Doctor's companion in that story. Fantastic stuff, I love it. And finally, we've reached the end of Classic Who with Season 26. Brilliant artwork, I love this here. And we have got, for these stories, Battlefield, Ghostlight, The Curse of Fenric, and Survival. This is really good season. Really strong stories all round. Yep. Fantastic artwork. And that brings us to the end of the classic season. It took me a lot quicker than last time because half of them have now been released on box sets. So for this next bit, we're going to take a little bit of a side step into miscellaneous stuff and also the wilderness years. We have got up first the TV movie special edition. This is signed by Paul McGann, the 8th Doctor himself. Fantastic stuff. I don't have the Blu-ray because I heard the transfer's not very good on the 2016 version, but who knows? There may be a Wilderness Years box set out there coming soon, who knows? And we could get a proper Blu-ray transfer, but as of now, I'm just going to stick with the DVD. And keeping in the Wilderness Years, we have got More Than 30 Years in the TARDIS. This was the 1993 documentary to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Doctor Who, because it was no longer on the air. They did this to celebrate, and it's a really good documentary. I highly recommend it. It's fantastic if you're a fan. And just some miscellaneous stuff from the 1960s. This is Lost in Time. No, it's not an epic first and second Doctor adventure that I really wish it was, judging by the artwork. This is a collection of episodes that exist from serials that only have 1 or 2 that survive. So, for example, Dalek's Master Plan. It's a 12-part epic, and only episodes 2, 5, and 10 of it exist. But it's interesting looking at this. This came out in 2004, and it's interesting, Disc 2, which covers Season 4 of the Troughton Years, all of those episodes have now been released on other DVDs, so it's a really huge testament to how far we've come. But some stories, like Dalek's Master Plan and Celestial Toymaker, have yet to be animated, and The Wheel in Space and Space Pirates remain unanimated, but I'm not really going to be praying that they're animated one day because they're not very good. But yeah, Lost in Time, just a really good DVD, and also it's probably the only place on home media you can get surviving clips from episodes that have no surviving episodes. They just have 1 or 2 clips that exist. So a real treasure of archive, I think, there. And now we've got the big one from the 60s. Daleks Invasion Earth 2150 AD. This was the 2022 4K release and Blu-ray for the second Peter Cushing movie. You're probably wondering, where's the first one? I actually don't have a copy because I was a bit reluctant to get these at first because I wasn't entirely sure whether to get them. And I thought, okay, if I'm going to get one, I'll get the second movie because it's more of an action-adventure film and definitely more... I definitely think it's the stronger of the two. But this is a great box set. And it cost me £50, but it really is worth the price because you get a 4K and a Blu-ray version of the film. You also get like booklets, picture booklets. You also get posters and cards, and you also get a coin as well with the Daleks and Doctor Who, played by Peter Cushing. So that's the end of the Wilderness Years and the miscellaneous stuff. Now we're going to move on to the new series, which should be quite quick because of how they're all organised into glorious Blu-ray steelbooks. Starting with the first series with Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper as the Ninth Doctor and Rose Tyler. Got this in 2017 when it came out. I love the gold artwork. We have got Rose, The End of the World, The Unquiet Dead, Aliens of London, World War III, Dalek, The Long Game, Father's Day, Empty Child, Doctor Dancers, Boomtown, Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways. Just a brilliant way to bring Doctor Who back into 2005. Next up we have Series 2 on Steelbook. This was the very first video I ever made. Feel free to watch that if you can stand my cringy camera work and cringy shyness. But this has gorgeous artwork, Christmas Invasion, New Earth, Tooth and Claw, School Reunion, Girl in the Fireplace, Rise of the Cybermen, The Age of Steel, The Idiot's Lantern, Impossible Planet, Satan Pit, Love and Monsters, Fear Her, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. Beautiful artwork with the Daleks and Cybermen on the back. Next up, Series 3, another great season. I like the purple artwork, it's really nice. Runaway Bride, Smith and Jones, Shakespeare Co., Gridlock, Daleks in Manhattan, Evolution of the Daleks, Lazarus Experiment 42, Human Nature, Family of Blood, Blink, Utopia, Sound of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords. And here's the artwork on the back. The Master and the Weeping Angels, lovely. Series 4, one of my favourite series of Doctor Who, just brilliant. Fantastic. 2008 was the year of Doctor Who for me. I've got Voyage of the Damned, Partners in Crime, The Fires of Pompeii, Planet of the Ood, The Sontaran Stratagem, The Poisoned Sky, The Doctor's Daughter, Unicorn and the Wasp, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead, Midnight, Turn Left, Stolen Earth, and Journey's End. An artwork on the back with Davros and the Daleks. Now we have the 2009 specials. This is not in a steelbook because I think I missed out on that when it came out. If anyone does have a steelbook of the 2009 specials that they'd like to give away for a reasonable price, feel free to contact me. But yeah, this is pretty nice artwork. I think it's from 2009 when it came, 2010 I should say, when it came out. We have The Next Doctor, Planet of the Dead, The Waters of Mars, and The End of Time 1 and 2. Brilliant stuff. That's the end of the RTD era. Now we're into the Moffat era. Series 5. I love this artwork. This is probably my favourite because I love how it incorporates the painting from Vincent and the Doctor. We have got The 11th Hour, The Beast Below, Victory of the Daleks, The Time of Angels, Flesh and Stone, Vampires of Venice, Amy's Choice, Hungry Earth, Cold Blood, Vincent and the Doctor, The Lodger, The Pandorica Opens and The Big Bang. And there's the artwork on the back with the cracks in time, the Pandorica, and all the monsters we face. Series 6. I love the green on this. It's really, it suits it really well, I think. Which has A Christmas Carol, The Impossible Astronaut, Day of the Moon, Curse of the Black Spot, Doctor's Wife, Rebel Flesh, Almost People, Good Man Goes to War, Let's Kill Hitler, Night Terrors, The Girl Who Waited, The God Complex, Closing Time, and The Wedding of River Song. And there's the artwork with the silence, the mysterious astronaut, and the TARDIS there. Brilliant. Series 7. This is really ingenious artwork, I think, because Series 7 was split into 2. You had Amy and Rory for part 1 and Clara for part 2. So at the front, we've got the Doctor, Amy and Rory and all the monsters they face. And at the back, we have got the Doctor and Clara and all the monsters they face, which is really nice. And on this one, we've got Doctor the Widower and the Wardrobe, Asylum of the Daleks, Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, Town Called Mercy, The Power of Free, The Angels Take Manhattan, The Snowman, The Bells of St. John, The Rings of Akaten, Cold War, Hyde, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, The Crimson Horror, Nightmare in Silver, and The Name of the Doctor. And here we are, Doctor Who, the 50th anniversary specials. This includes all of the specials that were released 10 years ago. I can't believe it's been 10 years since the 50th. But also all the bonus material, the promotion work that all came on here. So we have got The Name of the Doctor, The Day of the Doctor, The Time of the Doctor. So this is a goodbye to the 11th Doctor. And also the docudrama An Adventure in Space and Time. And there's the artwork of the War Doctor's TARDIS smashing up some Daleks. Now we're into the 12th Doctor era with Series 8. I love the purple artwork here with the Doctor and Missy, aka the Master. These episodes have Deep Breath, Into the Dalek, Robot of Sherwood, Listen, Time Heist, Caretaker, Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, In the Forest of the Night, Dark Water, and Death in Heaven. There's the artwork at the back with all the supporting characters and monsters. Next up, we have Series 9. This is not a steelbook, sadly, because if I wanted to buy the Series 9 steelbook now, I'd have to pay like £700 for it, and I am not doing that because, not that the season isn't very good, but it's just not worth it for that much. I would like them to release Series 9 as a steelbook for people who missed out, because I think it was the first steelbook tie-in when Series 9 came out on home media, but me and many others missed out on it, so I'd love to have a copy if anyone's selling it for a reasonable price. Series 10, I was quite lucky to get this when it came out. Managed to get it for Christmas 2017. Very nice stuff. This has The Return of Dr. Mysterio, The Pilot, Smile, Thin Ice, Knock Knock, Oxygen, Extremis, The Pyramid to the End of the World, Light of the Land, Empress of Mars, Eaters of Light, World Enough and Time, and The Doctor Falls. And also, I have managed to put in... I managed to sneak in Twice Upon a Time, the 2017 Christmas special into there, just because I think it should be a part of Series 10. So that ends the Stephen Moffat era. Now we're on to the most recent era of Doctor Who, the Chris Chibnall era and Jodie Whittaker. Series 11. Don't have the steelbook for this because I felt the artwork was a bit kind of boring. Don't mean to give any offence, but I just felt this one looked a lot better because, you know, the pictures move on it, so that makes it a lot better in my opinion. This has the Woman Who Fell to Earth, The Ghost Monument, Rosa, Arachnids in the UK, Saranga Conundrum, Demons of the Punjab, Kablam, Witchfinders, It Takes You Away, and The Battle of Ranskorav Blebla. Yep, Series 11, strong season, I really like it. And now we have Series 12, a really good series, probably my favourite Jodie Whittaker series, and I love the burning orange here. It's just gorgeous, I think, on here. I love it. It's great, and here's the companions on the back, very nice. This includes Resolution, Spyfall Part 1 and 2, Orphan 55, Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror, Fugitive of the Judoon, Praxius, Can You Hear Me, The Haunting of Villa Diodati, Ascension of the Cybermen, Timeless Children, and I put in Revolution of the Daleks. I bought that on Blu-ray, and because it can fit quite well, I've managed to put it in at the back there, because it was made a part of Season 12, so I just decided to put it in there. There we go. Next up, we have Doctor Who Flux, or Doctor Who Series 13, or whatever you want to call it. I love this, it's great. I love the painting artwork of the 13th Doctor, and also there's Dan and Yaz on the back, very nice stuff. This has the Halloween Apocalypse, War of the Sontarans, Once Upon a Time, Village of the Angels, Survivors of the Flux, and the Vanquishers. And last but not least, we have the Series 13 specials, the final episodes to feature Jodie Whittaker as the 13th Doctor. I love this artwork, I love the rainbow stuff here. This is great, this is the back with the Doctor, companions, and all the enemies they faced. So we have on this set Eve of the Daleks, Legend of the Sea Devils, and The Power of the Doctor. So that brings us to the end of our collection of Doctor Who Blu-rays and DVDs. Let me know in the comments below what your collection is like, and there will be more videos coming. I'll be doing a Blu-ray and DVD movie collection and also TV. And I think I'll also be doing a book collection as well. They will be coming quite soon, but in the meantime, keep subscribed just to keep updated, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.